want to talk to you about how to put in topography. So right now I'm in the first floor view. If you click up here on massing and site, we first need to click a topo surface. Generally, you would create topography in a site plan view or even in a 3D view. So we could do it in a 3D view for now. It actually makes it a little bit more interesting because then we can see our result a lot quicker. So I'm going to click on top and then rotate this. This is sort of the view that we're used to. And then when I click Topo Solid, I'm going to zoom out. Now our first floor is set to 0 feet. So I actually don't want my topo surface to start at 0. I want it to be a half a foot down. So if I type that and move my mouse out here, whoops, minus 5 feet. I want minus 0.5 feet. Click Apply. Now I'm at a negative 6 inches. And I am going to just click a rectangle and I'm going to create a rectangle topo surface there. Click the green check. It says it's highlighting the floor. That's okay. It's not really causing any issues for us. If I look at this now in 3D, you can see I have my original topo solid. But now I want to create some contour lines. So I'm going to go back to looking at in this orientation. And if I click on the edge of this, then I can choose to add a point. So again, you need to make sure you're selecting the topo solid, then click add point. And I want this to be set to this value here. This is absolute. So it's important that you select absolute if it's not already selected. And I'm going to make my first elevation at minus 0.5 feet. Again, so that we have a minus 0.5 feet here, and then one here again at the bottom. You can place a couple in between there, it's fine. And so that's the bottom of what I'm going to make as a hill. Then I'm going to make one that's a 1 foot. So just type 1 and it knows what I want to do. So I can put a 1 here. Okay, so, and I don't need to click all these points. I can just see the edges, but I did. Then we're going to go to 3 feet and let's do a 3 foot right there. We'll put one at the edge here, 3 feet there. And then I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do it at 8 feet. So I'm going to click this at 8 feet there, at 8 feet here. And looks like we need to make a couple in the middle to finish this out so that I kind of have this hill going on here. Now I do need to modify these corners because these corners are still at minus a half foot. So I'm going to click modify and I'm going to select this dot right here. And then that text is blue. So if I click it once, I can edit it. I'm going to type 8 and hit enter. And then I'm going to go to the bottom one down here and I'm going to type 8 here and hit enter. And now I sort of have like a plateau for my hill there. So that was again clicking modify and going to those points. Now if I look at this in isometric view, you can see that I sort of have this topo surface here. If I just click the modify button over here, then it shows the contour lines. Again, remember, if you see close contour lines very close together, that means it's a steep slope because we're going from about 1 foot to 8 feet in a very short distance. If we want to see what this looks like in a nice grass color, if I click on the surface, do edit type, and then I go to edit the structure and change this category to grass. And if you don't see grass there, you may just have to type it in. It may show up down here. You'll have to open this little tab and bring it up to the project, and then you can double click it. So now we've turned this thing into grass and click OK. Now the only way to get it to show is to put this realistic. It's going to take a second to load that because I have some trees, but there we go. There we have a grass surface. Now some of you may end up doing projects later on where you want to create roads and sidewalks on here. So if you do that, we're going to have to do a subdivide. So I'm going to click subdivide right here. And if I wanted to make a little path that maybe went up this hill. I know that we don't have a hill like this in front of the building, but let me go to a top orientation. And better yet, let's go into the site. This is usually where we like to draw, is from the site. So if I click a rectangle here, and I'm going to make, this is going to subdivide this. I'm going to make this a little road. I have, it looks like a 24-foot wide road that's just extending in front of us right there. And I'm going to click the green check, and I'm going to change this category to, let's just call it asphalt. You could call it concrete or something if you don't want. I don't like asphalt shingle. I'm going to do asphalt paving, which is down here. So there we go, asphalt pavement. Now let's go look at this in 3D again. And let's go to an isometric view, and you can see that follows the contour line. So if you want a surface that follows a contour line, that's how you create it. You'll notice that it's elevated above my grass by a foot. That's a lot. You can't make it even with the surface, but I can make it as low as 1 inch. you can actually make it fractions of an inch. But now it looks a little bit more reasonable, like I have this pathway going along the surface. So that's really all that you need to know for topography and creating subsurfaces. So once you've done that, you can take a screenshot of something that looks sort of like this and paste that in your Google Doc.